Every morning, before you've done anything productive, your brain has already spent money. Not real money, mental money. You wake up and decide when to get up, what to wear, whether to check your phone or not, what to eat, which app to open first. None of these decisions feel heavy, but together, they quietly drain you. By the time you sit down to actually work, you're already mentally taxed. And this invisible tax is one of the biggest reasons people feel exhausted, unfocused, and unproductive, even on days when they've barely done anything. Today, I want to break down this hidden cost, why your brain treats decisions like spending cash, and how this affects your productivity, finances, and long-term well-being. Let's start with something simple. You walk into a coffee shop. You look at the menu, hot or cold, milk or no milk, sugar or no sugar, small or large. Each choice feels harmless, but your brain doesn't see it that way. Your brain treats every decision as work. Neuroscience shows that decision-making uses the same limited cognitive resources we use for focus, self-control, and problem-solving. This is called decision fatigue. The more decisions you make, the worse you get at making good ones. Not because you're lazy, not because you lack discipline, but because your brain is running low on fuel. Now, here's where it gets interesting from a finance perspective. Most people think poor decisions come from lack of knowledge. But in reality, many bad financial decisions happen when people are mentally tired. After a long day of tiny choices, replying to messages, scrolling emails, choosing what to eat, switching between apps, deciding what to prioritize. Your brain wants relief, and relief usually looks like impulse spending, unnecessary subscriptions, ordering food instead of cooking, skipping workouts, procrastinating important tasks. These are not moral failures. They are energy failures. Think about it like this. Your mental energy is a daily budget. You wake up with a fixed amount. Every decision is a withdrawal. Some withdrawals are small, some are large. The problem is, most people spend their best mental energy on low-value decisions. By the time a high-value decision comes up, negotiating a salary, planning finances, starting a side project, learning a new skill, the account is empty, so you delay it, or avoid it, or do it poorly. This is why highly successful people look disciplined, but what they really are is efficient with decisions. Steve Jobs wore the same outfit every day. Mark Zuckerberg did the same. Not because fashion doesn't matter, but because decision-making does. They protected their mental budget. Now let's talk about the most dangerous part of all this, the decisions that don't feel like decisions. Replying to a quick message, checking a notification, reading a non-urgent email, switching tabs for a second. Each one forces your brain to shift context, reorient, decide what matters. This constant switching quietly destroys focus. You feel busy, but you're not moving forward. It's like paying transaction fees all day without realizing it. And here's the scary part. Even doing nothing can be mentally exhausting because your brain is still deciding. Should I work now? Should I relax? Should I scroll? Should I start later? Indecision itself is a decision loop. That's why some people feel tired after a day of doing nothing. They weren't resting. They were negotiating with themselves all day. So how does this connect to productivity and money? Simple. The most valuable work in life requires deep focus, long-term thinking, delayed gratification. All of these require mental energy. When that energy is drained by micro-decisions, you default to short-term comfort. This is why people stay stuck in jobs they dislike, avoid learning high-income skills, postpone investing, keep living reactively. Not because they're incapable, but because their mental budget is being wasted. Now here's the good news. You don't need more discipline. You need fewer decisions. The goal isn't to do more. It's to decide less. Automate the small stuff. Eat the same breakfast most days. Set fixed work hours. Batch your messages. Limit app notifications. Create routines instead of choices. Every routine is a one-time decision that pays dividends daily. Think of it like investing. You spend effort once and earn mental returns every day. Another powerful shift is separating decision time from execution time. Decide what matters when your brain is fresh. Execute when it's tired. For example, plan tomorrow tonight. Decide priorities once a week. Pre-commit to habits. This removes friction. Your brain stops negotiating. It just follows instructions. And finally, understand this. Rest is not scrolling. Rest is not switching apps. Rest is not passive consumption. True rest reduces decisions. Walking, sleeping, silence, doing one thing fully. These recharge your mental budget. If there's one idea you remember from this video, let it be this. Your life isn't drained by big moments. It's drained by thousands of tiny, unnoticed decisions. Protect your mental energy like you protect your money. Spend it intentionally. Invest it wisely. And stop wasting it on things that don't move your life forward. Because once your decisions improve, your productivity improves, your finances improve, and your well-being follows.